Hi, today I'm going to show you how to make a piston fit drawer. This is a whiskey cabinet I'm making at the moment with a drawer in the bottom, and that's the drawer I'm going to be making. So let's take a closer look. This is going to be my drawer front. I've already thicknessed it, and also this width I've brought down so it's a really very tight fit in the opening for the drawer. I've also shot this one end square so that goes up nice and tight against the opening side of the cabinet. The next thing to do is to get that as close to the edge as I can up here, up nice and tight, and then I'll take a sharp pencil, so holding this all in place nice and tight, just put a couple of marks in, and then I want to saw slightly longer than that. That's almost fitting, and we just take it back to the shooting board, take a little bit at a time until it's a snug fit between the two sides as well. So as you can hear, this is a really snug fit. What I've also done is prepared two drawer sides, and they are equally a snug fit. And then we can go on to decide how we want to joint the sides to the front. You can use any method at all that you like. The important thing though is that they meet on the edge like so. So you might want to put them in with dovetails, you might want to use dowels, you might use biscuits, any number of different joints you want, but just make sure that the sides are flush with the ends of the front. So you're going to be creating a box that is nice and snug in its in the cabinet. And of course we'll need to prepare a back as well, which we'll do to the same width as the front and the same height, so it fits in the back of the cabinet. So let's just consider a couple of problems that is going to make it impossible for you to do a piston fit drawer. The first one is if the width of your case is narrower on the back than it is at the front. That means that your drawer is going to end up being a wedge shape, and it's not going to fit tightly until it gets right the way in, so that piston fit just doesn't work. Equally, if the back of the case is much wider than the front, then when you put your drawer in, the back of the drawer's got to be small enough to fit within the case boundaries, but when it gets further back, it'll be able to wobble from side to side and it will jam up as you try and put the drawer in and out. Equally, the height of the opening, if that's getting wider at the back rather than at the front, or if it's getting too big in the front rather than the back, again you don't get that piston fit. So really what we're talking about is the shape at the front of the opening wants to be as close as possible as it can be to the shape at the back of the opening. Now it's also possible that your case isn't square in the corners here. That's not a problem as long as it's the same all the way through, and generally speaking, if you prepared your components nice and square and true, then the opening at the front should equal the opening in the back and the same area all the way through. So you just really have to shape the drawer to fit the opening. Now I've glued my drawer up. I haven't put the base in yet because we need to plane it, and it's a lot easier to hold it without the base in. So if we try and put that into the opening, I have flushed off the back pins on both sides and taken a little bit of material off, so it's a little bit narrower, so it will actually just about squeeze in the front, and it will run back a little way. Now it gets very tight in here now because we made this front slightly wider, or a very, very tight fit in between the sides of the case and also the top and bottom. and the same with the runners. So we just need to address that by taking off a little bit of material each side and on the top or the bottom, just so it slides in nicely. And that's really a case of doing it very gently, a little bit at a time, until it fits. This is where it pays to not have the back in the cabinet, because you can push the drawer out from the back. Now don't go too far, you want the drawer to be able to slide in with a single fingertip, like so. So hopefully you're not going to find it too daunting to have a go at piston fit drawers yourself. Cheerio.